It's Wednesday, September 17th, and I'm not able to provide a market update this morning because I accidentally scrambled the process that updates my dashboard with all the companies in the Megaregions. So instead of showing that nonsensical information, I wanted to provide an update on the research I've been doing in updating these mega-regional boundaries themselves. If you've noticed, during the most recent updates, I haven't been too pleased with some of those boundaries, so I'm incorporating the imagery that you're looking at now, this beautiful black marble 2016 Earth at Night imagery coming from NASA. And you can see here, perfect zoom into that northeastern megalopolis, kind of the unbroken chain of light from Washington, D.C. all the way up to Boston. Kind of a little gap there in Connecticut, but that's really the primary mega region in the United States, followed closely by the Great Lakes. We can see here just how massive these areas are and how bright these urban centers burn, and then the smaller cities kind of in a very orderly pattern disperse out from those central places. But in order to represent what I've been showing on the map, I think it's best to incorporate some real-world imagery. This is what the Earth's surface would look like if you were in the space station or flying over it, and it very nicely coincides with the headquarters of all of these companies that we've been looking at. You know, they're all focused in these urban centers. So what I have in my hand here is one of the articles I've been reviewing and researching and recreating the methodologies to create these mega regions. And in this second iteration, I'm going to be combining what you see here, the Earth at Night, with the population density employment information that I used to build the first round of mega regions, and then wiring that into the market updates and hoping to expand that into something that's a little more insightful and valuable to anyone watching here on the YouTube channel. It's a work in progress, but I'm very excited with where it stands right now. I've got the methodology and the process defined to create new regions that incorporate connectivity, roads, railroads, airports, also the infrastructure, water resources, electricity, transmission, and really start to provide a framework for these areas and start to look at, where do the risks lie? Where are the constraints in terms of their growth, in terms of industrial expansion, in terms of energy? From the regional planning perspective, how well do the different areas work together or not work together? One of the things that I missed in the last round of megaregions is that we've got neighboring countries. There's Canada, Calgary, Alberta, Vancouver, the beautiful Canadian Rockies. Vancouver is very much a part of that Cascadia mega region, and we need to include the influence of the international component here in North America. So the idea here being, how quickly can I take this research that I'm doing and turn it into a product that is valuable? I think what we're going to go for with the next video series is more of an update like this, using the animation and pointing out key geographic information that relates to a particular market story or trend or industry cluster. For example, if we're talking about water in the western United States and Northern California, Southern California, we can take a look at the water constraints. How does the data center AI build out relate to that? It's a very important topic. Whether you're an investor in utilities, investor in just the market that's driven by AI, these are the geographic constraints that are going to limit the freedom of companies, basically the entire civilization to go in whatever direction it wants. So I think we're really good at counting as a society and working with the numbers, but seeing what we're actually representing and understanding, the limits of the freedom there will be key in terms of making decisions, business decisions, investment decisions moving forward. So appreciate your time today. That's going to do it for this round of the market update, but I hope to be back in October with a brand new series and brand new regions. Thanks for your time.